Now, smartphones, they're great, right? They connect us to a world of good things we wouldn't normally be able to reach or immediately Google. But are they keeping us from some of the best things in life? So on this fifth and final day of our series, Smartphone Positive, we help you manage mom mode and phone time with simple rules to guide you through that day-to-day crossover. Now, joining me is Melanie Holt, a mental health counselor. I mean, this is like an issue, right? It's just, you see it everywhere. Phones, you're trying to watch the kiddos, everything's happening at once these days.
That's absolutely right.
We're a million miles a minute.
That's so true.
Do you think phones are innately bad from your expert position? Are they bad?
I do not think that phones are bad. I think phones are amazing. They really help us to become curious about our own lives, curious about the lives of others. They help us gather and share information, and they are a great form of entertainment.
Well, I think even too, there's good apps to be for safe, safe use apps. I'm just thinking there is really good things.
There's
but it's
so
just,
many.
But when is the issue come?
The issue sort of comes when we are in this relationship with our phone and our phones are controlling us. We are not controlling our phones. It gets us out of balance. So our phones can be really helpful to us. In fact, I was reading an article last night in Psychology Today, and it talked about how for many people, phones are like a teddy bear because they bring us comfort.
Yeah, and you can just, if you're in an awkward situation, you just look right down at the phone. We've all been there.
Absolutely.
When does it become a big problem? Like, if it's a necessity, if you're always looking at, how do you know, like, all right, I need to start to think about this, and I know I'm there.
Yes. I think a lot of us really become dependent on our phones. Are we too dependent on our phones? We need to look at our phones as not a necessity, but as something that's really supposed to complement our lives and help us make our lives better. If we don't manage that well, then sometimes we get out of balance. And again, it's asking that question. Is it balancing me? Is it telling me what to do? Or am I the person in charge?
So how do you note when something's off, though? And what do you do from there? I mean, is there suggestions? I don't know. I'm stressed. You're always looking at it.
You are always looking at your phones, and there are a lot of good suggestions. You can actually use your superpowers for good and Google anything, and it'll give you a lot of suggestions.
Oh.
If you start feeling like you're out of balance and you feel that anxiety when you separate from your phones, remember your phone is not a life-saving device. It's not a day-to-day thing that keeps us alive. We can step away from our phones, and we should.
And, not too long ago, we didn't even have them like this. So what are some simple steps? I think I've heard you have 3 steps for us going forward.
3 simple steps. I like to keep it simple because our lives are already complicated enough. We don't need anything else to make it crazy. So the first one is grab and go. And I stole this from the idea of a click list for the grocery store. We want to keep our lives simple. So at the beginning of the day, establish what do I need and what do I want from technology and social media? What do I need from my phone? And then designate time to go in, make a list of those things, get what you want, what you need, grab that stuff, and then get going living your life.
I love that. Are you okay with looking at it right when you get up in bed? I know that's a big habit, or right before bed.
Do you know research shows that a good majority of people check their phones prior to even getting out of bed? I recommend that you don't have your phone in your bedroom, that you keep it in a different room. It's better to figure out where am I grounded and what matters to me today before we look into our phone and see what is my phone telling me matters today.
So set your intention, essentially,
Absolutely.
for the day. And it's important just take that time.
Yes.
That you time.
That you time. Research actually shows this as well, that it's in those moments of quiet that we reevaluate who we are, and it's where we learn the most about ourselves. And with the constant noise and connection, we're losing the opportunity to figure out who we are.
I believe it. Now, number 2. So you had step 1. What's 2?
2 is to post and play. I love this one because everybody wants to post and play. But are we spending so much time trying to find the perfect picture to post that we're missing out on the perfect moments with the people around us?
As mothers, too. So this is a big thing with your children. I think I see someone's watching you over in the corner here.
And taking pictures of me before I came on. So absolutely, we want to share what's going on in our lives, and we want to see what's going on in other people's lives. And that's wonderful. But we don't want to lose ourselves in being so curious about other people's lives that we lose track of what's going on in our own lives. So post all you want, celebrate your life, but don't get so caught up in posting that you're not really taking the time to do quality play.
I have to tell you, I treated myself to a Hawaii trip and I just deleted all of my social media apps because with, you know, the news reporting, I mean, you're just on it.
Yeah.
It was the best vacation.
I went home. What was that like?
It was so nice to have nothing. It was weird. You grabbed at it.
Yeah.
And you wanted to swipe it. I'm like, you know what? Read a book, Caitlin, or just take that time. And I posted the pictures later, and it was the same difference.
Absolutely, and in a way, you got to celebrate it twice. So you got to have the memories in real time, and then you got to revisit them as you posted and shared.
The appreciation of the moment, and it lives more with me than posting it while I'm sitting on the beach or something.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What about notifications too? Because that's a big thing.
Okay, so notifications, there are a lot of built-in settings on our phones. We just don't use them. But more than looking at adjusting our settings, we need to adjust our mindset. Boundaries that's a big buzzword in our world today.
It is.
We need to set boundaries with our phones. Think about when our kids are overstimulated, how we will step aside and go, we're gonna put you in a timeout. Our phones will overstimulate us. We need to give our phones a timeout. We need to set boundaries with our phones and recognize that that's gonna create a healthy relationship with them.
And I really think too, people don't think about it, that we're examples for our kids.
Oh, absolutely. If we think our kids aren't watching us, think again.
And I saw your family over here watching you. I mean, this is just something you can start, if you do it,
right,
then it just can last, and it's that smartphone positive. That's what we're doing this week. Oh, look, you have to say hi to your family here watching us right now.
Hi.
Where can we go for all the advice from you? They're lucky. They have you every day at home.
That's right. Just remember that our smartphones are smart, but nobody is smarter about living our lives than we are. And if you want more information and educational ideas, you can find me at justpresson.com.
And really, to sum it all up, log off and just take that time to listen.
Log off and listen. And you know what? We listen with more than our ears. We listen with our eyes. Give people your attention and listen to yourself.
Well, you are so awesome, Melanie. Who's here watching you today?
This is my adorable daughter, Mikkel. She's missing school, but it was excused.
Uh-oh, Mikkel.
And my husband, Holden. Thanks for
Well, you have
asking.
an awesome mom to listen to. Thank you again for all these tips.
Thank you.
Really powerful stuff here for our smartphone positive week. You wrapped it up really great. Thank you so much.